That's a great question. Buttercup is my Brazilian rainbow boa constrictor. Um, when I got Buttercup, she was about that big around, but she was about twice as long as that, as a pen. And she was a few weeks old when I got her. And I bought her from East Bay Vivarium in mid July of 2009. So she's almost 16 years old. And, now, now she's right around 8 feet long, give or take. She's filled out a bit. But the thing that I like about boa constrictors, as opposed to pythons, as they age, they get. I mean, I don't want to say the word because there are social justice warriors on TikTok that will get mad at me if I say the word. The word is fat. Pythons get fat. Uh, Boa constrictors stay kind of narrow body wise. And pythons are fucking mean. Uh, Boa constrictors, I have found, are not as mean as pythons. I had a Burmese python when I was a kid, um, and she was fucking mean. And so I switched over to boa constrictors, and so I got Buttercup in July of 2009, and so she's almost 16 years old. And most of the literature that I've read, you know, um, are that they live to be around 20-ish, 22 years old, give or take. And Buttercup's almost 16, and I've had her since she was a baby. And but I love Buttercup. She's the best. I should show you guys this. So she had a tough shed recently, and when when Buttercup has a tough shed, um, it's like the skin from here down. If that comes off easy, if that comes off difficult, it doesn't really matter, because it'll just come off next time. But for her face, like from the eyes forward, if she has a tough shed, then it becomes challenging because it becomes difficult for her to breathe. It becomes difficult for her to see. And, it just, yeah. And so earlier today, let me get this. So here's this little piece right here. That piece I pulled off of her earlier today with some tweezers because it was covering this whole area of her face. It was covering, like from her eyes. It was covering her nostrils, above, like upper lip, I guess, the upper part of her face, above her mouth. And so when she has a tough shed, and this area is affected, it becomes difficult for her to breathe. And then it's like, I got to go at it with the tweezers. And when I do that, um, it's like for the first couple minutes, like she's really cranky. She's like, "Ah, ah, 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 ah." And then when she realizes what I'm doing and I'm trying to free up uh, her nostrils and her upper mouth and her breathing, and her eyes, when she realizes that's what I'm doing, then she just kind of settles in and chills out, and she's like, no, this is a good thing. He's trying to help me. He's trying to help me out here. But yeah, I've had her almost 16 years, and she's supposed to live between 20 to 22 years. So, but I love Buttercup. She's the best, man. She's such an amazing, beautiful, uh, sensitive, and loving animal. Um, from the day that I got her, I'm the only human that has ever handled her. And, so it's like when I get her out of her enclosure, I always hold her face up to my nose, uh, and she flicks her tongue across my face, and she knows it's me. And then she just kind of snuggles up on my face. She's just great. Buttercup's just fantastic. I love her. Um, I've always I've always loved reptiles and dinosaurs. Uh, since I was a little kid. 3, 4, 5 years old, and um, being able to have Buttercup in my life, and being able to be a human being that Buttercup trusts and loves it's just such an amazing privilege. It's such an amazing gift, you know, um, because she's a wild animal. She's a wild animal, and you know, putting in the time and going through the time and the process, to gain the trust and the love and the camaraderie of a wild animal that is a predator, that kills live animals and eats them to stay alive. That's an amazing thing. It's it's an amazing thing. It's it's such a privilege. It's just, for me to take her out of her enclosure, and for her to smell my nose and smell my face and smell my hands, and just immediately know that she is safe and loved when I'm holding her and she's around me, and it's a real gift. It's a real gift from her to me. Um, she's an incredible, just an absolutely incredible creature, and I I feel so blessed, uh, that Buttercup is in my life, and that, she loves me, and that she knows that I love her, and that when I'm holding her, that she trusts me, and that she knows that she's safe. It's it's an amazing thing, but I love her to death, man.